Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Jujutsu Kaisen episode number 22 reaction. So the previous episode, it was an episode where nothing much happened. It was basically like a little mini baseball match that we had, and like that was like the way of them actually like figuring out who was the winner, because like Yuji was given the responsibility of taking out like the slip from the lottery, and it was like written baseball. So that's what they did. And also we get a few more like like insight on the enemies. Like Hanami is fine. He'll be okay. And like we do know that he's planning, like they're planning something on the 31st of October in Shibuya. While yeah, while over there in our group, like the principal Yaga, I think that's his name, isn't it? He and Gakuganji had a conversation, and Yaga was like just for now, like when I understand you're concerned about the whole Yuji situation, for now let's just chill and look over them. And yeah, so that's what happened. In the end, Yuji won the baseball match, and we ended up winning. The Tokyo school ended up winning the event. So yeah, that is how it ended. I'm guessing we're going to see something like a mini arc or something here, or maybe like a beginning of something. So because there's 3 episodes left, not enough episode to come like start a full arc. So I'm guessing like something small we're going to get. Anyways, let us get started. Episode number 22. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. What? What's going on here? Um, yeah, great. All right. Hmm. Oh, so he's dead, I'm guessing. Shimada Osamu. Yep. Yeah. Stabbed to death by a curse. Okay. Autolock doors are. All right. Who knows? Maybe. Probably not. Oh, all right. That makes more sense. Yeah, like a serial curse. Like what? Ah, alright, so there you go. There we have the connection. Yeah, that would make sense. Yes. Oh, alright. Oh my god. Morishita family. Wait, did that person also die? Oh my god. Well, then now what? Whoa. And okay. Hmm. Maybe ask the other people in the school. Who was that? Oh my god, she's going to. Yeah? Wait, do they know Yuji? No, wait, who? Is it Fushiguro? Yeah. Yep, there you go. Wait, so he. Why did. Okay. Why did it. Oh my god. Well, yeah. Ah! Yeah. He should know Fushiguro, shouldn't he? Because he's a staff. Yeah. There you go. There you go. He recognizes him. Probably. Ah. Hmm. 20 years. That's. Wow. Yeah, because of the curse. Yeah, just beating up a few kids. What? Yaso Hachibachi. Bungee jumping in a bridge. Yeah. God damn it. God. Parents' generation. Alright. Mm. Unconscious. Alright. Then something happened. Maybe like some curse them there or something. Yeah. No. Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. Hmm. Who? Sumiki-kun? Sister? Yeah, there you go. Ah, I see. Yeah, otherwise they would have destroyed it way soon. Hmm. It can't choose its vessel. Wait, who? Oh boy. Oh, he cannot. Okay. Oh boy. Another. Hmm. Koi no kuchi. Okay. Ah! Is this a thing that actually is. Oh god. Oh my god. Hmm. Yeah. True. Wow. Oh, he did it. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Who the that guy? Who's the one? Um. Oh. Oh, so he was an underclassman. I see. You were looking. Hmm. Yeah. Why do you want to know? Oh, that's why she's freaked out. Oh Lord. Oh, she's getting paranoid. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, well, that's not good. It's like, oh no, yeah. Every other day for exactly 1 week. Weeks between. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think she's going to buy that. Yeah. Okay, she bought it. Whoa. Wait, what? Wait, isn't. Yeah, his sister is like. We still don't know what has happened to his sister. Something has happened, but she's alive, I guess. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that will work. Yeah. I don't think at this point we can. Yeah. Oh, Gojo's also out. It'll be too late by then. Yeah. 2 weeks, isn't it? I see. Yeah, yeah. Uh, mm. Ah, boy. Under the bridge. Okay. Below it from. To go night from underneath. Huh. Hmm. Huh. Wow. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, what? Yeah, okay, I kind of realized that. Appears before its victim. I see. Yeah, like she cannot really say anything. That's why. Hmm. Okay. There might be a river. What? Oh. Oh yeah, like crossing the river. Like the whole like the I think the river Styx or something where they cross the river from this life to afterlife. What the hell is that? What a weird little creature. Oh my god! What? Oh, this is that one. Oh my god, the one that Mahito just. Yeah, this is a different one. Yeah, great. Okay, so. Hmm. Okay. Oh, wow. Chinese restaurant. Okay. Mampuku. Hmm. Wow. Wait. Okay. Alright, what's the punchline? Really? Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Okay, so this episode, we begin with. Okay, where's the part? Yeah, we begin this episode with a new, I guess you could say, like development. First of all, there's this one guy who was like talking about how the what do you call it? The door. The door is not. I think what was the problem? Okay, let me go and check. The auto lock always keeps open. Yeah. So obviously he's like, oh, like I'm paying high maintenance fees. Why does this happen? What the hell is this? But it's because of the curse. All right. So I'm guessing the reason why the auto lock, the door, even if he lock it, it stays unlocked. It's because the curse is probably like kind of blocking it or something. I don't know, like something like that. I'm guessing. Like that is like the same way that everyone like is like kind of experiencing that, and then they die. So what happens is after that we get to see, like obviously he dies over there, and then we get to see the our group kind of going on a new mission to figure out what's going on, like on investigating this whole situation. So we have this lady here. I don't know her name. The lady who's like kind of like the one in charge of them, and she gives us like a little brief, like like brief about this whole thing, and says that apparently the cursed spirit made the door operators go crazy. So it's not the door that is like happening something. Oh wait, she kind of answers the question here. Door operators go crazy, not the sensors. Okay, so they, as she says, like we try to track down the connections between those three, and what we have found out is that they attended the same middle school for 2 years. So, alright, so Nobara actually gives a very good, I guess you could say, like reduction here. She says that, oh, meaning all three received the same curse, and it activated after time had passed. So I guess this is a very good deduction, I have to say. It didn't really like come to my mind at that point, but she's correct. That is only the one way you can see this happening. So and the one in charge for them, that lady, she's like, yeah, you're correct apparently. So that is why we're going to find out, to meet with the other person who was friends with them. And yeah, we want to see if we get some clue from them. So then we go there and we see this person has also died. So we lose our lead. So his way of dying, it was also kind of the same. He was killed in front of the entrance, and upon returning home alone, he reported the door was unlocked, but it wouldn't open. Yeah, to the other family members. So there you go. Now we lost our lead. Asked the parents weren't able to say anything else, so they came to the middle school. And so now they're here. They are here in this school, and I'm just realizing now that Fushiguro, Fushiguro was actually from the beginning. As soon as they got inside the school premises, he was looking in the other direction so that nobody actually recognizes him. But yeah, that goes out the window very soon because Nobara's like, oh, those like delinquent looking guys, let's beat them up and ask them about stuff. And they're like, oh no, like and both bow their hair, and Nobara and Yuji say, like my aura. And they're like, oh, Fushiguro, like you're here. And so obviously they realize that it's actually Fushiguro that they're bowing their head to. So yeah, so he actually went to this school, and he was the person who used to beat these delinquents up, because obviously I'm guessing they were like bothering people and stuff. So yeah, that is the whole thing, like situation. And then the staff member comes in who also kind of knows Fushiguro, and so seeing this situation, the lady's like, oh well, that's great, Fushiguro, you take charge, She's like, finally, I can just chill now. Either way, Fushiguro asks more questions from him, and he kind of answers. He says like, oh, like, it's unfortunate that those four of them, like, passed away. And Fushigoro's like, do you know any kind of, like, anything, some kind of rumor, some kind of bad rumors, maybe something else about these guys? And he's like, okay, the other two delinquents, they're like, the Yasuhachi Bridge bungee jumping. Are you talking about that? So, what is that? Alright, so it's a notorious suicide spot. It's well known in the area as a haunted location. Okay, it was all in rage among the delinquents to bungee jump Yasuhachi Bridge late at night. Why the hell do people do this stuff? Like, like just people can't, like, contain themselves, like doing these type of. Okay, anyways, it was one of the tests of courage. All right, so all right. Okay, I just heard from some students from my parents' generation talking about it. Okay, one day Kanada and the other three were absent without permission. So what happened is that later out they found out that they were found underneath the bridge, unconscious. Yeah, they were found unconscious under the bridge. Alright, they got chewed out good, but that is it. So they don't remember anything here, and like that whole situation kind of got dropped. But now again, obviously, we are seeing that that was not all. All of them died one by one. Okay, so alright, so Fushiguro says that I have went there before because for patrolling, because it's an easy place for curs to take root, which makes sense, like, since it's a spot where people like jump. Yeah, it would kind of accumulate curses. So that's why they had to go and do periodic checks over there, I guess. So he went there, but he was like, yeah, people from Jusai regularly patrol it. There wasn't anything unusual at that time, though. It might be a bit famous, still a normal bridge. Alright, so the guy comes back again and he's like, oh, Tsukimi-kun took awfully good care of you when you were at school. Is she good? And obviously, this is his sister, who we kind of got to know a little bit about. We don't know the full, story. So obviously, Nobara and Yuji, they're like, who is this person? And he's like, oh, my elder sister. And he's like, what the hell? Like, Nobara and Yuji, like, you don't tell anything about yourself to us. Now, then we suddenly switch back to Mahito, and we see that Mahito questioning, why don't we destroy the cursed object? So obviously, Geto kind of answers, is like, because, it's not possible to do that. We just, they just keep it in an inactive state so that it doesn't cause harm to others. But Sukuna's finger is a different thing. He's too strong, so that doesn't work like that. So it turns out this Mahito found out a guy, and he's going to use him as a guinea pig and puts the cursed object inside his mouth. And yeah, he transforms into, that monster that we see later on. Okay, so after that, we are here in Yasubachi Bridge, and they actually bought the vinyl, the rope, so that they can kind of experiment using Yuji. And they did that. And then after that, alright, now this part I'm going to read. We didn't sense any presences or residuals. Okay, which means that this isn't it. Guess it's back to square one. Yuji's like, isn't it bad if we take too long? Why? It's a famous haunted location, right? And yeah, so there might be plenty of others who get cursed. And the death rate is at 100%, so before anything happens like that, we need to take care of that curse. That's the whole, situation. Alright, so here, the girl, the lady, she's like, oh, why don't we, kind of jump and see what happens, because maybe that is the key. And they're like, oh, we already did that with Yuji. Anyways, while they were having this conversation, in comes one of the other delinquents and his sister. So, Fujinuma. Alright. So, she has come here because apparently she's freaked out. Why? Because she also kind of went to the bridge. Now, alright. So she says that this whole situation, this whole like like the students dying and everything, is it somehow connected to the bridge? Because obviously like she thinks that if it's connected to the bridge, I also went to the bridge. And apparently she's also getting the same symptoms as all the other persons, that is the door being unlocked and all that, it's happening to her as well. So she's kind of confused, she's like kind of curious, she's like, is this something related to that, like am I in danger as well? And all right, so obviously they're not supposed to tell them to reduce panic, so they're like, oh no, it's not related. But she's like, oh no, like in 8th grade I went to the Yasuhachi bridge at night, and so yeah, obviously they're like, did something odd happen in your home lately? And she's like, yeah, apparently. Okay, what does she say? Just a minute. Okay, my family runs a local branch shop. The shop's automatic door is wide open only when I come home. Same symptoms. Both mom and dad says it's a coincidence, but obviously like after listening to everything that is happening and seeing how they're dying, she made a connection and she's like, oh no, it's the same thing happening to me as well. Am I going to die? Okay. So she says that it scared me. That's when I heard about you. Yeah, and came to ask you about it. And remember the Yasuhachi bridge? Alright, so here Fushiguro is thinking of the time gap. He's like 2 weeks between when the 4 victims noticed something and their death. So there's maximum 2 weeks left. This girl has been has known about this whole thing for 1 week. So 1 more week left for her. So there you go. A little bit of time we have left. And obviously nobody's like, you went alone or did you go with someone? Obviously I'm sure you went with someone. Who do you go with? And she's like, oh, is that something to do with it? And they're like, oh no, it's nothing. It's just like a little like survey we are doing. Like we're asking the people and their friends about this whole thing. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, we want to know that if there's anyone you went with. And she kind of got a little bit of relief. She's like, oh, it was just a test of courage with 2 others from my club. That's right. Tsumiki-san was with us then. So there you go. One of the girls that went with her was Tsumiki, which is Fushiguro's sister, and apparently someone else who we don't know. But yeah, so that's the whole thing. Now at this point, Fushiguro took it very calmly. He's like, that's okay. Like it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Don't worry about it. But then you can see he's freaking out because like when Yuji and Nobara are like, are you okay? You can see Fushiguro's like sweating. And it kind of makes sense why he's freaking out, because like this is the thing, the death is going to happen after 2 weeks from where people start getting these symptoms of like, oh, door is open, but nothing's there, that symptom. So the fact that his sister is kind of bedridden and cannot really say anything, he doesn't know when that symptom will hit. So he has no clue as to how much time she has left. So it can happen tomorrow as well. Like if his sister's symptoms started a bit earlier than this girl, like this girl, it has been happening for a week. So we know that she has 1 week time. However, for his sister, we don't know. She's bedridden. Like she cannot speak, I think as well. Like she's probably unconscious. So it might be tomorrow that she dies. Like he has no idea when it's going to happen, and that's freaking him out. And also the fact that like he has to exercise this whole thing before this amount of time that his sister left, which he also doesn't know how much time she has left. So he's freaking out because of that. And then there's this whole thing about like lack of personnel, because he freaks out here and he goes to the side and kind of calls Ichichi and asks like, oh, do you have like any person for guarding my sister and all that? And Ichichi is like, oh, we have like second like grade sorcerers, so I'm sorry, like there's like a lot of pressure we have. And he's like, I recommend you to, it's quite dangerous for you guys, so I recommend you to withdraw. So Fushigoro's like, what should I do now? Do I go back myself? But if I go back myself, I'll be putting like Nobara and Yuji in danger, like because this whole difficulty has kind of spiked up. And he's like, Gojo Sensei will return next week. I could ask him then, but we don't have the time because he doesn't even know when his sister something's going to happen to her. So anyways, Nobara and Yuji like, what's going on, is something the matter? And he's like, oh, it's nothing, like other sources will be taking care of this case. Yeah, we should go home. And so he's like, you two go inside the car, go back. And they're like, what the hell, why are you staying here? And he's like, oh, I have something to do. And like, I have to say goodbye to that guy, so I'll catch up with you, because obviously he doesn't want to involve them in this whole mess that is like like he's going to do this, like he's been told to withdraw, but kind of involving these two in this whole situation, he feels a little bit, I guess you could say, kind of like not happy about it, and he doesn't want to involve them in this dangerous thing. So he's like, oh, I'm going to do it on my own. So he goes off, and then so he's like calling to Nita-san, that's her name. He's calling her, and he's like, the procedure, can you tell me? And she's like, alright, listen, Fujinuma-san didn't go over the Yasuhachi bridge. They held the test of courage under the bridge. Okay, so Itadori went under the bridge too. Most likely you cannot get below it from up above. Wait a minute. You cannot get below it from up above. What? The cursed spirit is within his barrier, so the procedure is important. Wait, just a minute. I need to understand this part. You cannot get below it from up above. Oh. So from up to down you cannot go. The cursed spirit is within the... Oh, I guess that is why when they were bungee jumping, they were jumping from up to down. So I guess that's what happened. I see. Cursed spirit is within the barrier, so the procedure is important. You go at night from under... Oh no, wait. You are not supposed to go from up to down. You're supposed to go at night from underneath. I see. It's impossible to constantly keep a domain imbued with a technique deployed forever, which means it's that like the barrier at the juvenile center, incomplete domain. Okay. So he's like, oh, I won't need a wheel. But then Nobara and Yuji are just there with him, and they're like, oh, like, you tell us so little about yourself. Just tell us, like, what's going on, like, like what's happening. And then he says that, oh, like, my sister is actually bedridden. And he says the curse of the Yasuhachi bridge only appears before its victim. So we have no clue of understanding when it's going to trigger. Only the victim can know. So, and the victim in this case, his sister, is unconscious and bedridden. She cannot tell us or say, like, when it's bothering her or when it's affecting her. So we don't have the time limit for her. It can happen tomorrow, it can happen 2 weeks later. Nobody knows. So since she cannot communicate herself, I have no idea when she'll be killed. Okay, there you go. And that's why he's like, I don't have the time. I want to exercise it right away. It's true that our mission's danger level has increased, and Nobara's like, it's fine. You just like, yeah, I should have told us from the first. So let's go then. Okay, so you go at night from underneath. And one more thing. At the bottom of the canyon, there might be a river. Now, here is a very interesting thing that she says here. She says that if you cross the bridge, here we go, crossing a bridge or other border acts that symbolizes crossing to the afterlife carry important meaning in sorcery. So as soon as they cross the bridge, cross the river, like the domain kind of like comes out, and this weird cursed spirit comes out. It looks like a freaking, I don't know, like a, what are those called? Mole. Looks like one of those moles. All right, so this part is kind of interesting because she says that crossing a bridge means like going to the afterlife. This is something that I feel like there's a lot of like connections to some other like it's like a, I guess you could say it's a like something that signifies like, yeah, crossing that, because like in, I think like in Greek mythology, I think it's Greek, isn't it? Yeah, the whole crossing the river Styx, like is like kind of denotes you going to the underworld, that thing. And then we've also seen in like like in animes as well, when there's like they're like kind of life is flashing before their eyes, or they're like going to the afterlife. There's like a water body, and people go to the other side. From the other side, like like some people are like kind of like benocking you to come in this side, and if you cross the river, you're gone to the afterlife, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how like like that's like an actual thing, like like crossing the river is like going to the afterlife, that sort of thing. Either way, so yeah, now we're supposed to exercise this curse, but here comes this thing, the thing that Mahito sent, and this thing is like a separate being. So Yuji's like, all right, so this is a separate being from this thing, isn't it? So you guys take care of that. I'm going to exercise this thing. So Yuji will be fighting the monster that Mahito made, while they'll be taking care of the original curse, I'm guessing, next episode. But yeah, that was it. That was this episode number 22 of Jujutsu Kaisen. 2 more episodes to go, and I'll be completing this within 2 or 3 more days. So thanks for watching, guys. This was my reaction. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow or the day after with another episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.